Welcome YouTube to Pawn Man. My name's Evan Kale, and I own a gold and silver business. If you guys have never seen this show before, it's a reality show about my job, my industry. It's an educational program. It's an entertaining program. I have no idea what's gonna walk through my door today. It could be anything from a samurai sword to a silver dollar. But I'll tell you guys this much, if the price is right, I'm gonna try and buy it. So strap in and prepare yourselves, because this is Pawn Man. Welcome, how are you? Let me see what you got here.
1782 London Sterling coffee pot.
Boy, it sure is.
Fully hallmark.
Wow. What I'm gonna do, I do gotta knock a little bit off here because this part here is not sterling. I'm not gonna pay 21 an ounce on. So it's 22 troy ounces, 21 and a half with that deal. How much are you looking at on it?
Well, I'd say that it has a retail value as, not, again, it's not, the scrap value I know is going to be like next to nothing.
The scrap value on it's 471.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I would say the actual retail value on that is probably about 1,500–1,600.
I would think so. These are kind of hard for me to sell. I just had a cup the other week that was from the 17th century that the auction estimates were 3,000 and I took 600 on it, just get it out. How about 900?
975.
You're tough. Fine, only because he brought you and, all right, fine. 975, we got a deal.
This is about 50 cents worth of gold here. It's all plated crap. Okay. You can have it.
Sure is.
I don't even, it's crap. Trust me, I filtered through it.
Works for me.
Yeah. This is the only piece I don't recognize the mark on. This is literally silver crap again.
This is plated.
Yeah, it's plated. This is quadruple plated. And I know it's crap, so.
It'd be marked.
Yeah. Last time I was here, I told you I go to the Goodwill and get stuff. I paid $1 for this.
That you did well on. If you paid $1 for that.
Yeah. So it's obviously plated crap.
Yep. But
and it's only an 11-piece set because there's missing a few pieces.
Yeah, this isn't a rare pattern or anything. But
no.
Yeah, it's definitely worth more than $1. All right, you got 52 metal value. How about I give you 56 bucks for out the door? Cool. All right, so I'll show you guys what I got. So number one, I mean, the crap that he dumped on me, this is crap. I'm gonna get a couple bucks for this computer deal. There might be a small amount of gold in there, but like whatever, I'm gonna just blow it out. All this crap over here, this is just fucking crap. Yeah, like I said, just crap. So it's going in my smelt bucket. The other's plated stuff. I mean, if you find something like this for $1, it's a no-brainer. Smelting, once all is said and done, I'll probably get like 8 or 9 bucks on this. As far as this goes, I'll make a few bucks here. This piece, this Greek Sigma sterling silver piece, I might be able to sell for 20 or 30 bucks. And what was it? Oh yeah, here's the expensive one. The only reason I said yes is number one, it is in really freaking good shape. I can tell it's authentic. I can tell it's sterling silver based on the shine. It's a nice piece. So far as pieces like this have gone, I've done extremely well on them. What worries me is that I might sit on this thing for a month. I'm gonna shake a tail feather right now on TikTok and Instagram to try and get rid of this thing. I got 975 into it. I'll be happy if I can get 1,400 out. The guy said retail is 1,500 to 2,000. Admittedly, I probably should have done a little more research and not just taken his word at it, but I'm busy and like I said, I've done well on these, so. And also, I've seen that guy here before, and my walking traffic right now is Dick, and he just brought his friend. So I need more of that. I'm happy to do business with the guy. He's gonna come back in. Like I said, I got this deal. This Thelio melts at almost 500, so it's not like I'm losing 900. It's just, definitely took a little bit of a gamble on this piece, but let's find out. What do we do with Grandma Silva? What do we do with Grandma Silva? What do we do with Grandma Silva? We smelt it down. This might look like a lot, but I'm actually very low on gold and silver. So I'm gonna go to my new supplier and get a bunch more. I don't think he has a lot of silver, which is too bad, but he's got some gold. I don't know, I'm gonna just get a bunch of stuff and I'll sell what I can. If I can't sell anything, I'll bring it back to him, but let's go to the hood. I don't love that this is a thing again, because I'm trying to stay away from carrying a gun, but where I'm going, I decided it's probably necessary. I do have my conceal and carry, so I may as well utilize it. Yeah. And I just got back. It's a few hours later. I had to close my shop and run across town. I forgot to bring my camera, but frankly, it's probably best that I'm not filming things there and I'm just coming and going as quickly as I can, because like I've said a few times, it's in a sketchy part of town. So just like, I don't want to get robbed, and I don't think I will in broad daylight, but yeah. Anyway, let me show you what all we have now. So he doesn't have a ton of silver, so this stuff I already had. I bought 200-ounce bars from him that I already sold. I got a 50-ouncer, some maples, a couple 10-ounce bars, and a ton of gold. 5 gram and 2.5 gram pieces, 2 ounces of gold here, a bunch more of these 1/4 ouncers. I got 2 ounces worth of 1/4 ounce eagles, a whole mess of silver eagles, a finished book, or just about finished, of silver eagles. It's like a complete set, which he sold these to me at $29 an eagle, and he gave 0 fucks that there's an 86 in it, or that there's a 96 in it. I'm gonna make probably 150 to 200 bucks just off of this book. He also sold me this giant, this is a kilo of silver. It's an MS69 koala, graded by NGC. Like, I mean, you can just see the size of my hand. It's a big coin. He charged me 35 an ounce, and I'm asking 43 an ounce. So if I can sell this, I'll make like 250, 300 bucks. And he's got boomer shit. He's got great boomer shit, and he sold it to me at just pure silver value. So I'm gonna get a great premium on some of this stuff. Like, some of these sets go for upwards of like $100 a set, and I can get it because I have such a huge eBay audience now. This is my invoice. I paid him $24,896.45, and I bet I'll make $2,500 off of this whole deal, so 10%. And this is my second time seeing him this week. So if I can keep this going, shit, it's feasible. We could be profiting $5,000 to $10,000 a week just with our arrangement here that we have with this guy. This guy's transforming my business. This is amazing. I can't believe this guy, he just cold called me one day, and I was like, who are you? And yeah, the rest is history, as they say. I picked this up from the guy who's forwarding me stuff as part of the deal. This is all 50 state quarters in clad proofs, along with an 02 and 05 set. I didn't realize it was all 50. That's why I'm making a big deal about this. I just opened the box and went through it. The fact that it's all 50 as a complete set, I mean, he only charged me face value for this thing. I can't believe that he did that. It was super nice. And the set itself is worth like 60 bucks. I'm doing a package deal right now on TikTok, 125 for all of it. But let me show you guys something that's kind of important here. So this is something I encounter a lot in the wild. What's the difference between a clad proof and a silver proof? Because I see people bringing in tubes of proof clad coins, and there is a big difference between the two. These are worth like $4.50 each, and these are worth, you know, collector value, a little more than their face value, that's it. So a set like this, 30 bucks. Set like this, 10 bucks tops. So looking at the two, when you look at a clad, you can see the clad isn't quite as crisp. It isn't quite as clean. There isn't a deep blue to it. It's almost as if it's like kind of frosty. It has like a yellowish kind of tint. Versus a silver proof is gonna be more like a mirror. A deep, clean mirror coloration, hints of blue. Also the fact that they're in these packaging, this packaging gives it away too, because one, the mint distinguishes if it's silver, and two, blue is clad and red is usually silver. But let's say you just saw it naturally, because they both have S mint marks, and silver proofs come from the San Francisco Mint. So you'll find an S mint mark on the clad one as well. But just looking at them, let's say you didn't have a precious metal verifier, turning it, looking at the coloration. It's one of those things that's easier to see with the naked eye than it is with the camera, but I think you can probably pick it up here. Also, if you turn it on its side, you see the alloys sandwiched here together like this. You're not gonna get that with a silver proof. It'll be one color throughout. Versus here, you can see the alloys sandwiched. So let's say I was able to take it out and touch it like that. Now, if this was out and it was in a tube, you wouldn't want to touch it because it's a proof. Even though it's clad, touching a proof is like murdering it. So you'd want to wear gloves or touch it on the rim. But this here is a business strike, just for example. And that's the difference between these two. It pays to know the difference. And also with these sets, if you ever encounter them, no box, no paperwork, just like this, because I do see that sometimes, and usually they'll be cracked. Just know that like this and these are not silver. These are proofs, but they don't make these from silver. So if you're ever buying them without the box and the paperwork, you're just gonna wanna pay the metal value and then the face value if you can help it for these. Otherwise, if you're ever uncertain and you do have the papers, it always says what exactly they're made out of. I also have, I'm just being flooded with messages online today. Somebody's showing me, look, I think this is Spanish. I gotta figure out where this is from, but this is a coin from 1739. So one, I have to figure out where it's from, and two, I have to figure out if it's real. And the way for me to do that is to have him measure it, and if he doesn't have a scale, then he's gonna send it to me, and I'll measure it, because the weight in coins is exact. So if it weighs too little, like way too little, then it's fake. And I was wrong, it's actually not even that coin at all. I can't pronounce what this is, but it's supposed to be 28.74 grams. And this guy's coin weighs 28 grams. So it's probably real. Question is how much I want to pay. There's an example like this going for $250. Coins like this are tough because you can think you're getting a great coin and there's something wrong with it that you don't know about that's minute. But with an old coin like this, it matters and it can knock $100 off the price. Yeah, realistically, I could probably sell this for, I think, $250. I think we'll both be okay at $130. And the reality is, if you don't like my price, you can stick it on eBay, because that's all I'm gonna do. It's not like I have some magic superpower. Mine is having a massive social media audience that I can dangle goods in front of and sell them, like throwing out loaves of bread to a starving crowd. That's a fun analogy. Yeah, here's the exact coin. It's going for $250. So that's what I can sell it for, which means I'd take $220. After eBay fees and shipping, that's like $170, and I want to make at least $40. So yeah, I'm gonna offer him $130. I was like, I should probably document this. I've got a customer I've built through, just selling stuff on TikTok, and this guy is placing a very large order. So this is fabulous. These Morgan silver dollars I've been getting for an average price of 20 to 25, and I can get 30 to 60 on them. So I'm selling, I got a lot of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's going through, he's shopping on my digital catalog, and then he's, I'm just pulling stuff off and selling it to him. So just in the Morgans here, I'm making about $100, and then I literally just now got my order from Navarro Rings. These 2-ounce skulls, I ordered 10 more from him, and he wanted all of them. So I sold him all 10 plus the 2 that I had, and these 2 kilo bars, the last 2 that I had left. So all in all in this deal, this is great. And now he also wants to see every other Morgan that I have. He may want to buy all of them, which again would be amazing, because this is at least $1,500 of my money that's tied up right between here and here. However, there are some decent dates in here, and I don't want to just give this stuff away. Oh, fuck it, yes I do. I'd rather sell everything. So I'm gonna go through and put these in order. This is all the Morgans I have in my store that are not graded in order. And I'm not doing the graded ones because I want to keep them for the store. Unfortunately, now I have to go through and I have to see how much I'm asking on each one of them. And I got to figure out a good price where I can make money but give this guy a good deal. It's going to take me at least an hour. All right, 35 minutes later, didn't take nearly as long. I'm glad I did that. I had to audit these coins and I found these 4. Somehow I didn't even list them, so I have to go and list these, and here's about $150 at least. Found money. But these are included in the offer that I made, so I got prices for everything. Median price is about $43. I'm gonna go through and add it up. And use my not shitty calculator, because I have the not shitty calculator, which I bought for $5, and the shitty calculator, which I bought for $4. What a difference a dollar makes. All right, so $1,735. All these coins, $1,735. Let's see if we got a deal. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is so good for business. So I just closed the deal with this guy. I've been really busy. I had both my workers call in sick today, sick. So yeah, I had a ton of stuff going on eBay, and I had a ton of messages and a ton of inquiries, and I got people trying to sell me stuff online, but this was what was important, because this is like exactly what I wanted to happen, where he just buys everything. And so look at this. He bought every single one of my Morgans on eBay that isn't graded. He bought all of the skulls I have from Navarro Rings. I literally just got this package, sold it to him. I'm only making $3 a skull, but $36. And then he bought both my kilo bars I have left, which paid for all of my new silver that just came in from my dealer. These are half kilos and 100 grammers. Basically, all this is paid for, and then some with this profit. Like I'm making, oh God, I'm probably making about $1,000 here, at least. Like some of these Morgans, I paid like $15 for. I got a medium price, like I said, in the 40s. So I am very pleased. This is just a fantastic day for business. Shit, it's dark out. Oh shit, there goes my sign. Ah, fuck me. Fuck me. All right, I got 2 packages from followers. So let's see what I got. And honestly, I've been getting so many packages lately that I don't know if I've already paid for this or not. These are sterling silver. Oh, yeah, I've seen these at the old shop. This is boomer shit. Sterling silver plates. Home for Christmas by Norman Rockwell. The 1975 Franklin Mint Christmas plate, solid sterling silver. So at the old shop, we bought a whole collection of these like limited edition sterling plates, and they came in these fancy boxes from the Franklin Mint, and they were so beautiful. And we sat on them, and we sat on them, and we sat on them, and we sat on them. And it was like a big set. We sunk thousands of dollars into it, and fucking nobody bought them. Everybody was making offers on eBay under melt. And finally, we just said, fuck it, we scrapped them. So this is scrap, is all this is. Even though if I looked on eBay, I'm sure there's a collector market for it. I would probably sit on this plate for a long time based on my experience. So what else we got? This Wallace Sterling. This is also sterling. This I'm gonna keep. This is pretty. It's old, it's got a nice design. I could probably get 20% over melt on this, so, but I'm gonna pay melt, because I can. And then, oh, this is cute. Oh, cool. This is English silver. It's got the English hallmarks on it, the little lion paw. And then this one is sterling. I appreciate your offer of 20 an ounce on the sterling. I've also, okay, well, that made it easy. The market's gone up a little bit too, so that's in my favor. I've also included a small gold piece, no stamps, but it tested positive per acid test. Let me know what you think. Thanks, Kiefer. So I want to be damn sure that this is some kind of silver, and I don't want to put any acid on it. And frankly, the easiest thing for me to do is ask the dealer that I work with, because he's coming here shortly. So I'm gonna put this one aside, and then he's got these gold pieces. See, like this like little nugget deal here. This looks like it's gold, but this part up in here doesn't. Let's do a little rub test. So let's rub the tip, just the tip, just to see how it feels.
That's what she said. Don't you dare.
And we'll rub the side. And we'll rub this deal. And we will rub the chain. And if any one of these 4 marks isn't good, then I'm gonna assume the whole thing is sketchy. Oh, I got my 14 karat acid. Thank you again, goldandsilvertesting.com. Let's see, okay, so. So that held, that did not. That's this part. And this part did look sketchiest. So what I'm thinking this part is gold, and the chain is gold, and this part is not, and this part is not. Which is really confusing and annoying. It's probably just this part then. I don't know, I'm gonna have my dealer look at it just to be sure. Weighs 459 grams. So $295 for the sterling. 14 karat, like I said, a piece of it isn't good. We're gonna be safe and call it 2.4. It's got a melt value of $80. So we'll call it 50. So $345 initially is what I'm gonna offer Kiefer, but we're gonna again see what my dealer says, because I do not want to overpay on anything. I'm finally like doing really well here, and if I fuck up, then that gets undone. It's a lot of my fucking work that I've been putting into. Oh, all right, these came quick. And Mr. Ferris, it's very ballsy of you to send these nice coins in. Did you insure it? Oh, it looks like you did insure it. Okay. So these are expensive. I already got a price worked out. I'm paying $530 for these. This coin is from 1781. As you can see, it's been slabbed. It's in excellent shape. Like AU58 is ridiculously good for a coin this old. And then I also bought this one too. I had him weigh this, so I am pretty sure that it's real. 1802 This is Spanish. Yeah, so these coins I'm paying $5.30, and I mean, this coin alone might go for $5.30. I gotta do a little research, but that seemed like a fair price to pay. I'm paying about 60 cents on the dollar. But keep in mind, I don't get 100 cents when I sell it. I do not want to sell a fake coin, so what we're gonna first do is very carefully take it out of the case. So I'm gonna look at the edge here. Yeah, you can see it has these like, I forget what the term is for it, but it's got these little divots here. And this is a device that they did to make the coin last longer, because if it was just smooth, as fingers touch it, it gets eroded, but with those little divots, it gives it resistance. And you can see its shape is highly imperfect, and that is from constantly being worn. It is elongated a little bit from being handled. So what we'll do is we will Sigma this. Pre-1900, it checks out. Pre-1945, it checks out. This is probably good. Let me just weigh it. 26.7 grams, that's what it should weigh. This is a legit coin. Now I owe a certain someone $530. I need to get my money back on that because it's a lot of money. I talked to my dealer, and sure enough, what's going on here? This part here, this is gold. None of this is gold. Doesn't look gold. I didn't think it was gold. It was holding for gold, but it's not gold. And I'm gonna just listen to him because he's been in the business for like 40 years. He knows what he's talking about. And he also said this was sterling. So that part there is exactly 1 gram, a 0.585. So like a little more than half a gram. I'm gonna factor this at being 20 bucks. Plus, he had 459.4. I'm gonna offer him $315 for these and this. See if he accepts. In a way, I just started collecting coins again. In a way, I'll show you. This is my growing collection of 9/11 recovery coins. I have 3 silver eagles, 2 from '87, 1 from 2001, and then I have 3 of these Jamaica half pennies. Now, ordinarily, these coins wouldn't be worth diddly squat. These Jamaica half pennies, like just a couple cents each, but because they are historic and they survived the September 11th attacks, I wanna say I paid 50 bucks for each one of these. And these ones are going way up. I paid a median price of a little over $200 on each of these. A year ago, I was paying $100. Now, I've said before, I think coins are bound to boom. I think that the coin market is gonna explode pretty soon, and I think these 9/11 recovery coins are gonna be some coins that go way up in value. I'm collecting them again, not just because I want to collect them and I like these coins, I've talked about why I like them in other videos, but because I think these coins are gonna go way up, and I'm gonna try and assemble a huge collection of them. Because if I can, when they do go up, putting them all for sale at once as one big collection when the market's at its height will be even more money than if I were to sell them all a la carte. So I think if I can get a collection of maybe 20 to 30 of these in 2 or 3 years, I might have 3, 4, 5 times what I paid. I'm also taking a gamble, but I like having them in my store. They're cool, they're historically interesting. I can make lots of videos about them, and I don't think I'm wrong. Famous last words with me, I'm usually not wrong. Either that or I'm disastrously wrong, like when I thought that I could make it in screenwriting while majoring in Japanese studies. Customers, come on in here now. Give them the old sweet stroke. I have a very nasty habit ever since getting these of like flicking my tongue between the bands and just like touching them. And I do it in front of people and I just can't help myself. And it's led to some very awkward situations, as you might imagine. So I'm standing there and I'm just like, what are you doing? I'm just thinking. That's how I think now. All right, guys, for the informative part of this episode, we're gonna be talking about exonumia and tokens. You know, those are 2 terms when I got into this business and I first heard them, I was like, what? Exonumia and tokens is its own facet of collecting coins, because they technically, well, for the most part, are coins. Exonumia and tokens are non-monetized coins. They are not coins produced by a government. They are generally produced for commerce purposes. There's a little bit of clarification within the subject of exonumia and tokens. The term exonumia comes from the Greek word exo, meaning outside, numia, referring to coins. And as the name suggests, it is a branch of numismatics outside of coins and currency. So numismatics, the field of numismatics includes coins, currency, and exonumia. But within that, there is a little bit of a different term. See, that is numinism, numinist. Exonuminous specifically includes tokens, badges, medals, ribbons, etc. Now within that, there's a little bit more to it too. Notophily, I think I'm saying that right, refers to paper money specifically, currency. And scripophily refers to antique stock certificates, which I don't have any here. I used to have a ton of them back at the old shop. They're pretty cool. People collect them. And then we also have medalists, which particularly just collect medals, badges, things from wars, things of that nature. Now, exonumists pay very particular attention to this distinction, these different categories. And generally, people who collect tokens or exonumia collect it either by region or type in terms of category. Some people collect them based on material, example, and like I almost never see them, but like a gold token. Now, what's the difference between a token and a medal? Tokens are made as commerce devices usually. They don't exactly have a monetary value. They have some kind of a monetary value, whether it be a token good for 5 cents off your next visit, or good for buy 2, get 2 for free, that kind of thing, versus a medal. It doesn't have any kind of commerce affiliation. It's not about money. It has nothing really to do with money. So what all falls within tokens? Well, it's a pretty broad category. Tokens can be transportation related, bus tokens, subway tokens, good for one ride. That's the most common kind of token that I see. I don't have any here, unfortunately, but they're not expensive. Bank tokens, trade tokens, gas tokens, college, military, merchant tokens made as advertising devices or made as like coupon devices to get people into your store back in the day. But we also have, like I said, military badges, ribbons, casino chips, like these, Grand Casino tokens. This is a great example of a casino token. These have no value. I don't know, you even bring this to Grand Casino? You even trade this in? No, it's just a commemorative for the casino itself. People collect these. Tokens gain their popularity, particularly in the United States, because of currency shortages. There have been currency shortages. We've talked about them numerous times on this show. The Panic of 1907, the currency shortage after the Civil War. We'll talk about in a minute the hard times duration of the mid-1800s. In colonial times, there was not a lot of currency. Americans weren't allowed to make currency because we were not in England. You couldn't make coins outside of England. It was against the law. We were the subject of England. What were we supposed to do? They weren't exactly shipping boatloads of currency over here for colonists to use. So they used tokens a lot of time. They weren't technically monetized, they weren't government backed, but they were good for money. People used them as commerce devices because they had nothing else to use. They'd use that, they'd use wampum, they'd use coins from other countries, they'd use fractional pieces of gold or silver. But really, having tokens, it just made it easier for people to do business when there were currency shortages. So you can phrase tokens and break them down into 3 kind of ideas. Idea number 1, does it have value? Value, is it used for a good? Is it a mercantile device? That's tier 1. Tier 2, has it been made as some kind of a dedication to remember a person, a place, or an idea? Kind of like putting a noun in a coin, basically. Like a challenge coin. We've talked about challenge coins before. Commemorating an event, commemorating a service. And the 3rd tier is it of a personal nature? Is it not generic for the masses? There's nothing personal about a silver eagle. It's made for the man. There's nothing about it that attaches me to this. It is just made by a government. It has a face value on it. It has nothing special about it. It's not made to commemorate anything. It wasn't made for me specifically. So this doesn't count as a token or any kind of exonumia. So here we have an assortment of tokens. And these are mostly challenge coins. Challenge coins, great examples of tokens. Probably my favorite kind of token because of the history and the military theme behind them. We have a 20-year 9/11 Never Forget anniversary challenge coin. This is a law enforcement challenge coin. This here is a more modern kind of token, American Civil War anniversary. I think it's plated silver. This was probably produced in the 80s or the 90s, but it's commemorating the Civil War and General Ulysses S. Grant, so therefore it fits the bill. Department of the Navy, this fits the bill. This right here is a Humane Society token, or I guess you'd call it a challenge coin. This right here is a lead fake barber quarter. It's made from lead, it's from the Great Depression. It's a fake coin, counts as exonumia, counts as a token. Well, at least it counts as exonumia. Here we have I think this is a Chevy badge. This is presented to somebody who worked at Chevy. This is a real diamond. This counts as a metal. This counts as exonumia. Some boomer shit. This is a Ronald Reagan. I think it's made from brass. Presidential commemorative coin commemorating a person. Fits the bill. This is an older one right here. The Paul Revere Life Insurance Company Health Accident Life. It's an insurance company token. So historically, these tokens, they grew out of a need for currency, and the most famous kind of token, what I really want to talk about, are the hard times tokens. You might have heard that term before. So the hard times are from 1833 to 1843, and they are largely, almost exclusively, a product or a byproduct of Andrew Jackson's presidency. Hard time tokens, most of them, they're made to look like large cents. They're not made from any kind of precious metal. And they were unofficial currency back then. They were used and made as a result of a currency shortage that happened in this time period. And this currency shortage happened, again, directly because of Andrew Jackson. See, Andrew Jackson did not like the second United States Bank. We covered the United States Bank, the first and the second one, in the Panic of 1907 episode. But Andrew Jackson basically went to war with this thing and wanted to get rid of it, and he couldn't get rid of it, but what he could do is weaken it a ton. He just pulled out the strings, kind of like how Trump did with a lot of government organizations that he didn't like. And I'm saying that purely objectively, no slant on that one way or another. So what does Jackson do? He weakens the hell out of the charter, and it creates a coin shortage, and state banks start printing a ton of their own currency, and suddenly we have a lot of inflation. What does Andrew Jackson think is a great fix for this? The August 1836 Specie Circular. Jackson and his brilliant Treasury Secretary Levi Woodbury cooked up a wonderful idea. Starting August 15th of 1836, banks had to stop accepting any kind of payment outside of bullion if anybody's trying to buy public land. So basically, unless you have gold or silver, oh, your ass ain't buying any land. This immediately creates a panic, which creates a hoarding of bullion, which creates a currency shortage, which creates a massive ripple effect in the economy that causes businesses to close, which causes a depression, which makes economic woes for a number of years. Really, a lot of the brunt of the blame falls on Martin Van Buren, who was Jackson's vice president, elected a president in 1837. The worst part of the hard times were from 1847 to 1853, because Jackson basically just spilled a big old bucket of nasty water and attempted to half-assedly clean it up. And in trying to clean it up, basically just ended up peeing on the water. And then he's like, oh, here you go, Martin. Here's a mop. I'm gonna go drink now. So the tokens that come out of this hard times period are a direct result of the Specie Circular, and a lot of them are quite satirical. Images depicting Martin Van Buren, images depicting a turtle carrying the sub-treasury, a wild hog running away, like the economy running away, or like cartoonish looking Andrew Jackson's. This is where you get tokens as being almost like political statements. Well, not like, it's satire. It is satire of politics. It's like a cartoon, like a political cartoon on a coin. So these were very popular, and today you can get these for uncirculated. They can go for like hundreds of dollars. Circulated, I mean, most of what you're gonna see is circulated because these tokens were not designed to be collected, they were designed to be used. About 40 bucks, somewhere in that region. United States exonumia and tokens is where most collectors get their collections from, is most of what collectors are after. A close second is tokens out of Latin America, and this is very interesting. Latin America also had coin shortages, and they were famous for coffee and plantation tokens. What happened was, you have these plantation owners, they have tons of workers, and they can't necessarily always pay them. So what do? They pay them in tokens, and then every Saturday, the workers can go redeem the coins, the tokens, for actual coins, currency. You know, when there's something really nasty, a lot of these plantation owners, this probably should come as no surprise, had their own commissaries, and a lot of the people, most of the people that were their workers lived on the land that they worked. They didn't own it, they just worked on it and lived there too. So it was like a one-stop shop. The plantation owners could pay the workers in tokens, and the workers could come and redeem their tokens back into the commissary on the plantation instead of getting paid actual money. Most tokens, like I said, that you're gonna find, they really range. Transportation tokens are cheap as $1, $2. Like I see Minneapolis bus tokens from the 60s coming in here, a couple bucks. That's really gonna be the bulk of where you're finding prices for exonumia.
And that's the magic of exonumia and tokens. I know a thing or two about hard times myself, but all the tokens I got
I was gonna say are up my ass, but I'm trying to get away from being so nasty here on Pawn Man, so I'm not gonna say that. Well, just like that, gang, it is the end of the day and the end of the episode. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that notification button so you know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Become a Pawn Man Patreon. Every dollar I get goes toward improving the show. Get my books on Amazon. Follow me on social media, @EvanKale and @PawnMan. And I will see you guys back here for another episode of Pawn Man. Later, guys.